Peace, YouTube. This is Furboon coming to you today from inside my car. I wanted to make a quick video regarding some of these major events that are occurring within you and myself. I've been getting, oh my gosh, like so many overwhelming emails, and let me just explain this. There are what they call MetaHumans, and what you guys may have known as superhumans, like Superman, what is it, DC Comics had all these, that's where the quote-unquote MetaHuman term came from. These beings who, for some reason or another, they have some genetic anomaly that allows their genes to mutate. And with this mutation, a superhuman ability shows up, whether it's telekinesis, flight, invisibility, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. Pyro something, when you are able to create kinetic energy and fire. We actually know people, well, at least I do, a gentleman, and he actually posted, he's passed on since, but he was a Tai Chi master into Reiki, an Asian gentleman who was able to utilize Chi energy to create fires and sparks. So there were people that were living here already who displayed some of these extraordinary superhuman type of abilities. But let me explain something. I think whatever's going on is invoking, and they knew this time was coming, invoking people's genealogy to split and mutate. I really don't think it's a mutation, the metahumans that are showing up now within you and myself. I actually think these were abilities, latent abilities that were dormant, that had like a time frame where they would show up, and this is the time it was going to show up. I personally know it's because we're going into another cycle that is that has beings that already have these abilities, and for us to be cohesive with these beings, we would have to be able to have some of these abilities to allow us to coexist with them without being underneath them. So for that reason alone, these abilities are showing up, and not everyone's getting them. I notice, and I don't want to say too much, because tonight on Aquarius Rising 9th Gate, we will go in, but I want to leave some information for later, because there will be people probably calling in tonight that will talk about some of the abilities that are showing up. They're showing up. I've seen proof of some of them. People are talking, and I know that some of the preamps of the ability showing up is like traumatic, like what we were talking about, ascension symptoms. Well, there are symptoms that I'm not only associating with ascension, I'm associating with the invoking of your metaphysical, superhuman, I don't want to even say superhuman, but their abilities that are popping up in people based on the trauma that's going on with the genomes right now. It's almost like it's unlocking these codons to allow for people to show and display superhuman abilities. And there's a plethora showing up now, but I realized that some of the preamp to this was the ascension symptoms, and now I know it's not just ascension symptoms. There's symptoms for the ability showing up. The heart palpitations, the foggy eyesight, the ringing in the ears, the hot flashes. Some people are getting hot flashes, the numbing of the hands, arms, and legs, the tingling of the hands, arms, and legs, the drying of the mouth. And I'm super big on confirming things, because I don't want to like throw it out there and it's not true, because these could also be symptoms of something showing up, like a disease, ailment, something. So I always want to make sure that whenever someone's saying this, I make sure they go and get a workup, like everything checked out, heart status, hormones, the glands, the thyroid, anything, brain scan, anything that's going on with them. I make sure that if they come to me saying that this is happening, most of the times it's provable based on the fact that everything else is cohesive in their body, but these abilities are showing up and these symptoms are coming and there's no reason for them. So family, this is exciting. And now I know why they started the super soldier program in I believe they started it in the 40s. Some people will say the 50s. They began this program to create these beings that would be able to match what they knew in the future would come to certain people. And those people who are showing these abilities, I can only presume that they're hybrids. Anyone who's showing or symptomatically these abilities are coming up after heightened symptoms, I know for a fact it's because it's something in their DNA that can be activated. And if they don't have a DNA that's a little foreign or, you know, aliens, you know, quote unquote aliens, so to speak, these wouldn't show up. They're showing up. A lot of people and a lot of people's lives are going batty, almost like it's everything's happening simultaneously. And remember, we're converging all these parallel universes into one. Higher self is also trying to merge with the selves that are here. So there's a lot of merging going on, and there's an invoking. It's almost like the genomes needed some sort of trauma, because if you ever see a lot of these superhumans that are displayed in comics and sometimes on TV or shows or, you know, science fiction or what have you, you usually know that there's some sort of traumatic thing that happens to them that allows for this ability to have a necessity for survival reasons to invoke and to show itself. And I think because of all the madness in the world, people are feeling crisis mode, and what it's doing is it's like cracking open the egg. It's cracking open the genomes. Like the codons are just opening and splitting open, because it's almost like, okay, the body's saying, okay, we're in trauma mode. It's time. It's like the ability knows it needs to show up in order to allow for you or I to be able to make it through. Along the line with, we were saying that these entities here are using sound frequency. I'm sorry, I'm opening the windows hot. I don't like using air. They're using sound frequency. Sorry, that's, let that pass. Okay. Sound frequency and also light frequency to kind of manipulate humans on this planet. And now I understand that there's a reason why they were ODing with it. They were overdoing it because they knew that there would be a particular time. Now, I'm going to speak tonight on the show about one. Now, I'm trying to call out the person who sent it to me, because I don't know who did, but someone sent me a document that was sent along the precincts, that was sent to the best of my knowledge. I had it. I don't know where it is. I archive it. Sometimes I archive things because it was years ago, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know where I put it, and I don't know where I filed it, but it was a document that was sent to different precincts stating that especially mostly in the quote-unquote African American, I say that just so you know who I'm talking about, because I don't like using that term, because as you know, I know most African Americans are indigenous, but for no other better term, I'll say, they put out this information to the precincts and sent them from person to person, saying that there may be, listen, quote-unquote, and I can't do it verbatim because I don't remember, but I can surmise when I read it, and it wasn't really pertinent at that point. But now with everything that's happening out visually that supposedly are happening with shootings and stuff at people, I'm starting to personally believe that this was a real document. It stated that there would be certain people, pedestrians, that would display superhuman strength, and that there were going to be people who were like that, and excessive force was okay to use when dealing with these people, quote, entities that were displaying superhuman strength. They were stating basically, and I remember I read it, but you know, I get so much stuff, but now it's relative, so I want to find out. I know there was one of my subscribers who sent it to me a while ago. If you are the one who sent me this document that was sent from precinct to precinct about people displaying superhuman strength, and that they were allotted to use excessive force if necessary, because that was a threat to everyone around or who came in contact with them. I personally think they knew that certain people humans, and especially for some reason it was linked to people in urban areas, which we can only assume are African Americans, were to be assumed to possibly start displaying superhuman strength. And we know that there's a hybrid program, and there's a lot of them up in the hood. You know, I talked about that, but they almost prepared. They were prepared for this, and that's what I'm saying. The super soldier program was, I think, it was started purposefully to deal with this element of people, humans, that would start to show these latent signs, these latent abilities that were dormant in them, and it would be invoked at a particular time, this particular time, during a big, huge shift. I really need to know who sent that document, and I'm calling out because it's, again, this is one of my subscribers. This is 2 years ago, so this is a subscriber who was on my page from a while ago. They sent it to me. I don't know where I put it. I archived it. I've been looking everywhere, and I know if it, you know, sometimes things disappear, and and sometimes that's purposefully done. I don't want to say that because it may not be that spooky, but that document is important right now because I have a feeling that's the key to why some things are happening and why some of your abilities are showing up. I mean, literally, people's abilities are popping up. People are popping up with their abilities. I mean, they're real time. I don't want to talk about it too much on video, but we'll talk about it tonight on Aquarius Rising, 9th grade. And if you want to know why I'm wearing the blue cobalt glasses, I know. you know I'm a sci-fi type of gal, and I read up that blue cobalt glasses, and they're really, really costly, but they're worth it. I wanted to know, people were saying that, you know, on the higher end, people were saying that they were able to see entities with the blue cobalt glasses because of the tint of the blue, that they would able, you know, rather than breaking the code and have to break the psychological hold or the hologram they have on you, they were saying that the blue cobalt is able to do that for you. So I wore it today. I haven't seen anything because of the glasses, but I thought I'd try them today to see, you know, if I see them with the glasses, it'll be interesting and I can say yay or nay, but I haven't seen anything yet. So I'm trying them out today. I just got them. They're kind of cool looking, kind of glassy, but that's a lot of times when you see me wearing sunglasses because I'm always looking out for entities, as you know. Anyway, I had to make a quick video. Again, join me tonight on Aquarius Rising 9th gate, and we'll go in on MetaHuemans. Everybody's abilities are showing up. Not everybody who I think, but some people, due to the trauma that they're undergoing in their home life or out because of everything that's occurring that's affecting them, you're starting to see people's abilities showing up. I mean, literally, I could tell you one because I don't have to tell you who it was, but I know one of the person's abilities, you know, I talk to everybody, so I wasn't able, like, sometimes I can't get back by email and stuff, especially if my emails are overwhelmed, and you'll have a life, you know, I like to have a good time. So somebody wanted to get in contact with me. They couldn't contact me by email. My phone is jacked up because that's the one thing that gets zonked all the time, so I couldn't get all my texts. And what they did, which was crazy, is I was on my iPad just looking at things, and it glitched, the screen glitched out, and bam, like, I didn't do anything, I didn't go in email, their email appeared, like, right in front of me. I was like, oh snap, with their phone number and everything, I call, and I was like, what's up? You know, I just saw your email. They were like, oh my God, I was just thinking about you. Like, I was so desperate to talk to you. Meanwhile, they had made it so that they manifested so that they came up in my line of view. Like, I mean, it was important why they were contacting me, but they were able, with their ability, to show themselves and make me contact them. That's one of the more latent abilities. That's not the strongest ones I'm seeing, but I'm giving you an example of what's going on with people, and her abilities are showing up. That was one of them, but she did something else that was interesting. Anyway, we'll talk about that tonight on Aquarius Rising 9th gate. Join me tonight. I'll put the link below, and please call in if your abilities are showing up. And please, the subscriber who gave me that manifest, whatever it was, please, if you were the one, you don't have to publicly do anything, just email me. I'll put my email below, and just send me, if you can, because I don't know, you know, we got to be mindful that obviously I'm making a video requesting this, and that others, you know, the others like to, you know, also make sure they follow. So I want to make sure that I get it, but we'll discuss it. So I'll just leave my email below. Just hit me off and then we'll discuss it privately. But anyway, call in tonight. And again, I hope all is well. And the abilities are showing up. Metaphysical, metahuman type of abilities showing up. I'm just looking forward to seeing, you know, we got to be mindful, because obviously if they show up too much and you do things too overt, you already know. You already know. So I don't want to discuss it right now. But anyway, I'm happy that apparently we're progressing. Even though the world around you may look like madness, it's actually doing what it's supposed to do. And we're actually ahead of schedule. I'm telling you, we're good. For those in the know and consciousness, we're good. So anyway, it's starting to rain. I'm going to go. But we'll talk tonight, hopefully. All right, peace out.